Top 25 manager interview questions and answers. Preparing for a management interview can be a defining step in your career journey. Managers are expected to lead teams, solve problems strategically, and drive organizational success. Employers look for strong leadership skills, decision-making abilities, and emotional intelligence. By practicing common interview questions and crafting structured answers, you can demonstrate your value and vision as a leader. Below are 25 of the most common manager interview questions with thoughtful, professional answers to help you excel. 1. Tell me about your management style. My management style is collaborative and results-oriented. I believe in empowering my team by setting clear expectations, providing resources, and encouraging open communication. I focus on aligning individual strengths with team goals to maximize productivity. I also value feedback, both giving and receiving, because it drives growth. While I trust my team to take ownership, I remain available to guide and support them when needed, ensuring that everyone works towards shared objectives effectively. 2. How do you handle conflict in your team? I address conflict promptly and objectively to prevent escalation. First, I listen to all sides to understand perspectives without judgment. Then, I encourage open dialogue in a neutral setting to find common ground. My focus is on resolving the issue, not assigning blame. If necessary, I establish clear expectations and follow up to ensure improvements. Handling conflict with respect and transparency builds trust and creates a healthier, more productive work environment for everyone. 3. How do you motivate your team? I motivate my team by recognizing their efforts, setting clear goals, and creating a positive work environment. I make sure each member understands how their work contributes to the bigger picture. I also provide opportunities for growth, such as skill development or leadership roles. Celebrating milestones, offering constructive feedback, and listening to their ideas help foster a sense of ownership and engagement. When employees feel valued and supported, their performance naturally improves. 4. Describe a time when you led a successful project. I once led a cross-functional project that required close coordination between multiple departments. I started by setting clear goals, defining roles, and establishing deadlines. Throughout the project, I held regular check-ins to address challenges and track progress. By encouraging collaboration and transparent communication, we completed the project ahead of schedule. This success was due to clear planning, teamwork, and proactive problem-solving, which not only deliver results, but also strengthen team cohesion. 5. How do you handle underperforming employees? When dealing with underperformance, I address the issue early and constructively. I start with a private conversation to understand any underlying problems. Then, I set clear performance expectations and provide necessary support or training. I also create a measurable improvement plan with regular check-ins. If performance doesn't improve, I follow formal procedures. My goal is always to help employees succeed while maintaining accountability and ensuring team goals are not compromised. 6. How do you prioritize tasks and deadlines? I prioritize tasks based on urgency, impact, and alignment with company goals. I use structured methods like the Eisenhower Matrix or priority lists to categorize work effectively. Clear communication with my team ensures everyone understands what needs immediate attention. I also stay flexible to adjust priorities when unexpected challenges arise. By maintaining a balance between short-term and long-term objectives, I ensure deadlines are met without sacrificing quality or team morale. 7. How do you give constructive feedback? I believe feedback should be timely, specific, and solution-focused. I start by acknowledging what's going well to build trust. Then, I address areas for improvement with clear examples and suggestions. I make sure the conversation remains respectful and focused on professional growth, not personal criticism. I also invite input from the employee to make it collaborative. This approach builds stronger working relationships and encourages continuous development within the team. 8. How do you deal with tight deadlines? When facing tight deadlines, I stay calm and organized. I break down the project into manageable tasks and prioritize critical actions. I communicate clearly with the team, ensuring everyone understands their responsibilities and the timeline. If necessary, I reallocate resources or adjust non-essential tasks to stay focused. I also monitor progress closely to address any bottlenecks early. By maintaining transparency and teamwork, we can deliver high-quality results under pressure. 9. How do you handle pressure as a manager? I view pressure as an opportunity to demonstrate leadership and resilience. I stay composed by breaking challenges into smaller, actionable steps. I prioritize tasks, delegate effectively, and communicate openly with my team. I also practice stress management techniques like taking short breaks and maintaining perspective. By leading with confidence and clarity during high-pressure situations, I help my team remain focused and motivated, ensuring we achieve our goals together. 10. How do you manage remote or hybrid teams? Managing remote teams requires strong communication and trust. I use clear goals, regular check-ins, and digital tools to keep everyone aligned. I focus on outcomes rather than micromanaging processes. Creating an inclusive environment where team members feel connected is key, so I encourage collaboration through virtual meetings and informal interactions. I also make sure expectations are transparent and support is always available. This approach maintains productivity and team spirit, regardless of location. 11. What's your approach to team development? Team development begins with understanding individual strengths and aspirations. I provide opportunities for training, mentorship, and cross-functional exposure. I encourage knowledge sharing and collaboration to build collective skills. Regular performance discussions help identify growth areas and align them with business goals. I also celebrate achievements to boost morale. Investing in team development not only enhances performance, but also increases retention and builds a culture of continuous improvement. 12. How do you ensure clear communication with your team? Clear communication starts with setting expectations. I use multiple channels like meetings, emails, and share platforms to keep everyone informed. I encourage open dialogue, ensuring team members feel comfortable sharing concerns or ideas. I summarize key points and action items to avoid misunderstandings. Active listening is also essential to foster trust and clarity. Consistent and transparent communication keeps everyone aligned and helps prevent avoidable errors or confusion. 13. How do you make important decisions? When making important decisions, I first gather relevant information and analyze all possible outcomes. I consult with key stakeholders to gain different perspectives. Then, I evaluate risks, align with company objectives, and make a well-informed choice. Once decided, I communicate the reasoning behind it to build trust and clarity. I also monitor the impact of the decision to make adjustments if needed. A structured, balanced approach ensures sound and strategic decisions. 14. Describe your leadership philosophy. My leadership philosophy is based on trust, empowerment, and accountability. I believe great leaders inspire others by setting a strong example, listening actively, and enabling growth. Leadership isn't about control. It's about creating an environment where people can thrive and deliver their best work. I focus on aligning individual goals with organizational objectives, ensuring everyone feels valued and motivated. A strong team culture, built on respect and collaboration, is at the heart of my approach. 15. How do you handle a team member who disagrees with you? I view disagreement as a healthy sign of engagement. First, I listen carefully to understand their perspective. Then, I explain my reasoning clearly and objectively. If their suggestion is valid, I adapt the plan. If not, I ensure they understand the final decision's rationale. I maintain respect throughout the discussion, so no one feels dismissed. This approach encourages open communication while reinforcing leadership accountability and team cohesion. 16. How do you build trust with your team? Building trust takes consistency and authenticity. I lead by example, keeping my promises and communicating transparently. I actively listen to my team and value their input. I also give credit where it's due and address issues fairly. By showing respect, being approachable, and holding myself accountable, I create an environment where trust grows naturally. Strong trust fosters collaboration, boosts morale, and leads to better overall performance. 17. How do you balance being a leader and a team player? Leadership involves guiding the team while also working alongside them when needed. I provide direction, make strategic decisions, and remove obstacles. At the same time, I stay approachable and willing to support hands-on tasks when appropriate. By striking this balance, I show my team that leadership is about shared success, not hierarchy. This strengthens relationships, builds respect, and creates a collaborative environment where everyone feels equally valued. 18. How do you manage change in the workplace? Change management requires clear communication, empathy, and structure. I start by explaining the reasons for change and how it benefits the organization and team. I listen to concerns and address them honestly. I then provide resources, training, or guidance to ease the transition. Regular updates and support help maintain trust. By involving the team in the process, I reduce resistance and ensure smoother implementation of change initiatives. 19. How do you encourage innovation in your team? I foster innovation by creating a safe environment where new ideas are valued. I encourage brainstorming sessions and reward creative thinking. I also give team members the autonomy to experiment with solutions and learn from failures without fear. Providing time and resources for exploration keeps the team motivated. By recognizing innovative contributions, I build a culture where creativity thrives and drives continuous improvement. 20. How do you handle feedback from your team? I view feedback from my team as a valuable tool for personal and organizational growth. I listen with an open mind and avoid becoming defensive. I ask clarifying questions to fully understand their perspective. If appropriate, I act on their suggestions and acknowledge their contribution. When feedback isn't actionable, I explain why clearly. This openness builds mutual respect, strengthens trust, and demonstrates that leadership is about continuous learning. 21. How do you handle a lack of resources? When resources are limited, I focus on strategic prioritization. I identify critical tasks that have the greatest impact and allocate resources accordingly. I communicate transparently with my team about constraints and encourage creative problem solving. If possible, I negotiate for additional support or adjust timelines. By maintaining clarity and focusing on what matters most, I ensure that goals are met efficiently without overburdening the team or compromising quality. 22. How do you measure team success? I measure success through both qualitative and quantitative metrics. Key performance indicators, project delivery timelines, and quality standards provide measurable results. Additionally, I look at team engagement, collaboration, and overall morale as indicators of long-term success. Regular performance reviews and feedback sessions help track progress and address gaps early. By evaluating outcomes and team dynamics together, I ensure we're not just meeting goals, but also growing sustainably. 23. How do you deal with senior management disagreements? When I disagree with senior management, I approach it respectfully and professionally. I present my viewpoint with data, logical reasoning, and potential solutions. I remain open to their perspective and aim for constructive discussion. Even if my suggestion isn't adopted, I fully support the final decision and communicate it positively to my team. Handling disagreements diplomatically maintains trust and strengthens professional relationships across the organization. 24. How do you support career growth for your team members? I support career growth by understanding each team member's goals and aligning them with business needs. I provide opportunities for skill development, mentorship, and stretch assignments. I also encourage participation in training or workshops that enhance their potential. Regular development conversations help track progress and adjust plans accordingly. When people feel supported in their professional journey, they become more engaged, productive, and loyal to the organization. 25. Why should we hire you as a manager? You should hire me because I bring a combination of strategic thinking, leadership skills, and a strong commitment to team success. I have a proven track record of delivering results, improving team performance, and fostering a positive culture. I adapt quickly to challenges and lead with integrity. My focus is on driving organizational growth while ensuring employees feel supported and motivated. I aim to be a leader who inspires trust and delivers excellence. Mastering these questions can greatly increase your confidence in any managerial interview. Employers value leaders who can think critically, communicate effectively, and inspire their teams to excel. By preparing thoughtful answers and backing them with real examples, you can demonstrate your leadership potential clearly and convincingly. Remember, great managers are not just task drivers. They are motivators, strategists, and problem solvers who help organizations thrive through their people.